For hundreds of years, Western artists have depicted Cleopatra as exotic yet racially ambiguous, sensual yet dangerous, powerful yet conquered. Cleopatra's portrayal in film continued to perpetuate these dualities in her character within the context of American Orientalism. The scholar Edward Said redefined the term Orientalism in his 1978 book, Orientalism. Said redefines Orientalism as a style of thought based upon an ontological and epistemological distinction made between the Orient and the Occident, which has led to an acceptance of the basic distinction between East and West as the starting point for elaborate accounts concerning the Orient, its people, customs, mind, destiny, and so on. In other words, Said's Orientalism means the Western study of Eastern cultures in such a context where the East is cast as the other. In America from the 1920s to the 1960s, popular culture depicted Middle Easterners as backward, decadent, and untrustworthy. A type of material Orientalism emerged as an American retail strategy exploiting Orientalist images of exotic lands associated with luxury and sensuality. It was in this historical context that film emerged as the new medium through which the Orient and the other were depicted for Western viewers. The birth of film also coincided with a renewed interest in the Egyptian Empire as a subject of visual art and with the Orient in general. Since Shakespeare's time, Cleopatra has been an icon of exotic femininity, portrayed as political, racially ambiguous, and more than anything, the epitome of dangerous female sexuality, and this pattern did not change with the new artistic medium. Rather than drawing a clear line between us and them for the white viewers of early American film, the parade of white actresses portraying the Egyptian queen gave the role a racial ambiguity and fluidity. In fact, the first actress to play Cleopatra on film, Theda Bara, occupied a liminal racial position herself. Bara's entire racial identity was reinvented by publicists who falsely marketed her as Egyptian-born in preparation for the release of Fox's Cleopatra in 1917. In reality, Bara was of Polish and Swiss descent. Bara's racial indeterminacy was fused into the role of Cleopatra itself and became an aspect of the allure as well as the danger of the Cleopatra image for the film's audience. The public image of Bara as a vamp, known for her sexual charisma, combined with her falsely Egyptian identity, blurred the lines between actress and character, a trend that would continue with subsequent actresses who took on the iconic role. After its release, censors struggled with the nudity of Bara's torso and limbs in her extremely revealing costumes. In 1934, the next Cleopatra film again cast a white actress, Claudette Colbert, in the title role. The film also makes a concerted effort to obscure the question of Cleopatra's race, even including a scene where the question, "Is she black?" is asked point blank. The racial ambiguity of Cleopatra was used to assert a message of white supremacy. Cleopatra's proximity to blackness and otherness as an Egyptian queen could not be denied, and consequently became equated with the dangerous, adventurous, and sexual aspects of Cleopatra. On the other hand, Cleopatra's tyrannical rule and undeniable political power became inextricably linked with her whiteness. The 1945 production of Caesar and Cleopatra with Vivien Leigh in the starring role continued the precedents set by the first two films. Again, a white actress portrayed the Egyptian queen. As a powerful political leader, Cleopatra was indisputably white. When it came to her overtly and often overly sexualized nature, however, filmmakers played up the exoticism and otherness of Cleopatra. The sex appeal of Cleopatra was made less threatening and more appropriate by the exotic setting and Cleopatra's proximity to the other. The most famous portrayal of Cleopatra is unarguably Elizabeth Taylor's 1963 performance. Taylor changed what it meant to play Cleopatra for all those who followed by taking the blurring of star and role begun with Bara to an unprecedented level. Taylor's face has become recognizable as Cleopatra to such an extent that Andy Warhol termed it the Liz Taylor in Cleopatra look. Cleopatra's conflation with Taylor brought the icon of Cleopatra into a phase of popular culture where the queen was highly imitated, mobile, and most importantly, white. In the end, the Cleopatra icon took on the Fox mark. Elizabeth Taylor becomes Cleopatra, Elizabeth Taylor becomes Liz Taylor in Cleopatra, and in the process, Cleopatra becomes the film Cleopatra of 1963. With Elizabeth Taylor's Cleopatra, the consumerist tendencies of American Orientalism triumphed by turning the East into something marketable and necessarily something white.